pilot testing ng matatag curriculum sa susunod na linggo. Yan ang ating pag-uusapan kasama si Assistant Secretary Francis Cesar Bringas, Deputy Spokesperson ng Department of Education. ASEC, magandang tanghali po.
Yeah, magandang tanghali Ninya, magandang tanghali Yusek, sa lahat ng nakikinig, magandang tanghali.
At para po mas maliwanagan ang ating mga kababayan, lalo na po itong mga kabataan, mga estudyante na nanonood o yung kanilang mga magulang ngayon, no? Ano po ba itong matatag K-10 curriculum at ano po ang significant changes sa bagong curriculum na ito?
Okay, Ninya, yung ating K-10 curriculum, yan yung part pa rin siya ng K-12 curriculum, kaya lang ang re-revise lang muna natin ay ang ating kinder hanggang grade 10. That is the matatag curriculum, pero under review na rin yung ating grade 11 and 12 curriculum. Itong ating bagong curriculum, matatag curriculum, significantly na-reduce yung ating curriculum, yung ating mga learning competencies. So na-decongest yung ating curriculum from 11,000 plus competencies, naging 3,600 competencies na lang tayo in the entire kinder up to grade 10. So makikita natin yung very significant na changes natin sa first 3 grades in the elementary dahil ngayon nagpo-focus na tayo sa foundation skills on mathematics, reading, language, literacy, and we have included the additional subject of good manners and right conduct in the entire elementary level. Wala na rin tayong mother tongue as a separate subject for grades 1 to 3 dahil ang ating mother tongue ay pwede na siyang incorporate yung sa ating language classes. Tapos, nakapag-focus na rin tayo sa good manners and right conduct, including the separation and the added time allotment for values education or tinatawag nating edukasyon sa pagpapakatak.
ASEC Bringas, paano po ang proseso ng monitoring natin dito at evaluation dito sa ating matatag K-10 curriculum? At ito po ba ay ipapatupad na sa buong school year na ito sa mga eskwelahan kasali na ng pilot testing?
Okay. Yusek, yung ating pilot testing ngayong taon, 7 regions lang at there are 5 schools per region. So that's a total of 35 pilot schools for the kinder, grades 1, 4, and 7. So this is going to be part of our research dahil dito titingnan natin yung ating mga challenges, issues, and gaps that may be associated with the pilot implementation para pag nag-full implementation na tayo by 2023 for the said school level, for the said grade level, then magiging mas smooth na yung ating implementation kasi naka-phase or stage implementation lang tayo. So kinder 147 for next school year, and then we have the succeeding grade levels na 3 for the second school year until we finish in 2028 until grade 10 implementation.
Ano po ang ginawang paghahanda ng mga paaralan at ng mga guro na sasalang sa pilot testing nito?
Okay, yung ating preparation for the pilot testing, nakafocus talaga yan sa ating mga teachers because we need to train the teachers on how to use our new curriculum guides and how to use our lesson exemplars as well as develop learning activity sheets para sa pag-implement ng ating curriculum. At the same time, na-orient din natin yung ating mga school heads, mga supervisors, mga superintendents, mga chief natin in the curriculum dahil sila yung naatasan na mag-monitor ng implementation ng program at mag-conduct din ng technical assistance para sa collaborative or enhancement of expertise through collaborative activities among teachers. So, ang preparation natin is more on how it is going to be implemented, including the learning resources that will be used for the pilot implementation.
ASEC, nabanggit niyo po yung kanina yung phase implementation nitong programa. Sa mga susunod na taon, pakipaliwanag nga po kung paano gagawin itong phase implementation, anong mga levels po ba itong uunahin sa susunod na school year, ASEC?
Okay, for the phase implementation, by 2024-2025, we will implement kinder, grade 1, 4, and 7. For school year 2025-2026, idadagdag na natin ang grade 2, 5, and 8. For the 2026 school year, idadagdag ulit natin ang 3, 6, and 9. And doon sa 2027 na idadagdag na natin yung ating grade 10. So by then, complete revised curriculum offering na natin yung kinder up to grade 10.
Sa ngayon, ASEC, ano po ang nakikita ninyong challenges mula sa pagpapatupad ng bagong matatag K-10 curriculum? Masasabi din po ba natin na mas magiging madali ito at kapaki-pakinabang sa mga estudyante?
Yeah. Kasi ang main purpose talaga ng pag-revise natin ng curriculum, one of the main purposes actually is para makatulong sa pag-recover natin from the learning loss brought about by the pandemic or exacerbated by the pandemic. Meron din tayong purpose niyan na para i-decongest, para ma-master ng mga bata yung mga most essential learning competencies rather than pa-isa-isa or pa-konti-konti sa maraming competencies. So at least dito sa ating curriculum, in the phase implementation, makikita natin na yung level of difficulty ng mga competencies ay nag-uumpisa sa mga entry grade levels natin, 1, 4, and 7. At kailangan ma-master mo yung mga competencies in the lower grade levels before you can proceed to the next higher grade level. So magiging significant ito because nabawasan yung ating learning areas. Therefore, makakapag-focus yung mga learners natin in the early grades sa mga foundation skills. At nagkaroon din tayo ng extra time para ma-include na yung mandato ng ating batas na kailangan kasama ang good manners and right conduct na i-offer sa ating basic education curriculum.
ASEC, may tanong po ang ating kasamahan sa media na si Red Mendoza ng The Manila Times. On track pa rin po ba tayo to eclipse the enrollment numbers in 2022? Nag-e-expect pa rin po ba tayo ng 27 million or more learners for school year 2023 to 2024?
Okay, just to put the question, my answer in context, no. Today we have already opened our LIS system for the beginning of school year input or upload. So ibig sabihin, nakat na yung reporting natin for quick count. So kung ano yung last na reported number natin, that's 26.9 million enrollees for both public and private, including alternative learning system. Nakat na yung reporting natin ng quick count because we have already shifted to the reporting of the beginning of school year report, from which we will be getting the official enrollment for this year. We are confident na makakapag-reach pa rin tayo ng close to the number that we had last year kasi dun sa ating pag-cut ng ating quick count, meron pa tayong several or a number of schools in several regions na hindi pa nakapag-upload ng kanilang quick count report. So since nakapag-shift na tayo into the BOSY, mawawala na hindi na sila makakapag-report ng quick count. But we are confident that we will be recovering those numbers by the time na matapos natin yung ating encoding sa system ng ating beginning of school year report.
Alright.
And then we will also consider kasi yung by the time that we have the official enrollment, we will look later on yung mga number of grade 12 completers natin last year compared to the number of kindergarten entries natin this year, and then we will see kung ano ang variance natin dyan para ma-account natin kung meron man tayong hindi ma-meet na number compared to last year.
ASEC, follow-up question lang ni Red Mendoza ng Manila Times. Ngayong nasa plenaryo na ang 2024 budget proposal, kayo po ba ay hopeful na mapapasa yung DepEd budget sa Kamara at sa Senado?
Well, the Committee for Appropriations during the committee hearing for the budget of the department made several clarifications, and we were also asked to submit additional documents to explain or to justify some items in our budget, and we have complied with those requirements. So hopefully, dun sa ating plenary hearing on September 26 ay magiging smooth at wala nang masyadong hindrances para sa approval ng budget ng Department of Education.
Atin pong nakapanayam si Assistant Secretary Francis Cesar Bingas, ang Deputy Spokesperson ng Department of Education. Maraming salamat po, ASEC.
Maraming salamat, Ninya and Yusek.